All right, for today's Glenridge Minute, I am sitting here talking with Danny Collins. Danny is our Chief of Security. He's the departmental leader for the Security and the Life Safety Department. He's also with our Transportation Department. But first, we're going to talk about security and life safety because that's pretty much on everybody's mind. So, Danny, I know we've got some things changing as the next month or so progresses on. Now, what's going to happen? What's going to be different at the gate for people when they start coming in next week, March 1st?
Thanks for having me, and it's hard to believe Monday's the 1st of March.
I know,
but it's a good feeling. And so, what are we going to do at the gate? And basically, not a whole lot's going to change at this point. But we are going to start allowing different contractors and personal assistants, meaning accountants, anybody dealing with different work that you may need done in something that is in your apartment or in your home. So that's been kind of shut off in a as-needed basis. But now we're going to start opening that up for those people to come in to work in your apartments and also the club homes. With that being said, we still need to have knowledge that they're coming. We can't just have them showing up at the gate saying, hey, I'm going to go see this person in this apartment. We still need to have knowledge and confirm that you've requested their assistance.
So if somebody has a problem with their computer, let's say, and they want their special computer tech to come in, they need to call security and let them know ahead of time that this particular person, Fred, computer guy, is coming at 10:30 on Tuesday?
Absolutely. That is a must.
Great. And they would call the main security 5353?
5353
for that.
Talk to whoever's on duty, yes.
Great. All right. And in terms of the main gate questions and the lanes and so forth, does anything change on that on March 1st?
No. We're still going to be screening everybody, members, other contractors, and all employees still as of the 1st of March.
Okay. And the next week is March 8th. Does anything change on March 8th?
No, we're still, again, there won't be any changes until the 15th of March.
All right. What happens on the 15th?
15th of March. This is what everybody's been waiting to hear. Our members will be able to start using the LPR lane, the license plate reader lane, which is the far right lane when you come in onto the main gate.
So that's the one where they pull up slowly and that camera reads their license plate, and assuming that that's the license plate that's in the computer system, the gate will lift automatically and they'll be able to get right in. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Now, some of the things that you have to remember at that point, we're still going to be screening other employees, all contractors, and there could be a tractor trailer or other delivery vehicle in that area. So it's still going to be backed up possibly at times, but once you get the clearance where you can make it to that right lane, you'll be able to pull right up. LPR, there won't be any screening questions. You'll be able to pull right up and the gate will open.
Perfect. And of course, if you happen to be one of those people who may have bought a new car or switched a license plate in the past year, it might not work the first couple of times through, but once they fill out the right paperwork, then it should be able to work in the system.
Correct. If you've gone and got a new license plate because the time period's come up in Florida where you had to get a new plate, or you've changed vehicles and it has a new plate, your best option is to make contact with us now so we can get it updated in the system. And if that happens as of the 15th, we'll be coming out and talking to you anyway at that point, and we would get your information and do our best. Again, it doesn't happen within the first 20 minutes after we have that information. It typically takes a day or two before it will be put into the system.
Great. That's great news. All right. Next week, March 22nd. Does anything change there?
No, we're still doing the same thing we do have that week. We do have an open house on the 24th. So, again, there'll be a lot of people. I say a lot. We don't know how many, and we have no idea at this point. But there's going to be more people coming to the gate that afternoon. So probably around the 1 p.m., 1:30 p.m. when the open house happens, you will see a lot more traffic at the gate. So if you have something going on that day where you're off property, your best bet is to try to get it done before that time period, or come in 2 o'clock in the afternoon instead of the 1:30 time period.
Got it. All right, the next week is March 29th. It looks like there's nothing much that changes that week.
Nothing changing.
And that's the week that leads up to Easter, which is on April 4th. But it looks like we do have something happening on April 5th.
April 5th is the big day. April 5th, we're opening the property to visitors, family. They will still have to be screened. They'll have to come through that lane. We're going to go back to the same system that we used before with the visitor's pass. So they will be given a badge. And obviously, if it's a family member or visitor that comes multiple times a week or multiple times that month, it'll be put in a plastic sleeve like it was before, and they can show that. When we start this system back up, just like we did before, we still need to run their driver's license each time that they come through, because it's an accountability system and the safety of knowing how many people are on property, and with everything going on.
Super. All right. Well, that, I think, pretty much squares it up for the security and gate thing. Now, we also have transportation. And I know there haven't been a lot of big transportation items happening, but what's happening, what's on tap for the next month for transportation?
Thanks. Right now we're staying very busy with medical appointments. We try not to do more than 3 people in a vehicle, but we are going to start back up on Tuesdays. Right now we've been going out and doing the loop amongst all the independent buildings and picking up people to go grocery shopping. We haven't had a lot of people on Tuesdays go out, but now starting on the 16th, we're going to open it up. Even instead of 3 or 4 people, we're going to open it up to 12 people allowed on the buses.
And those are the buses that were intended originally, if every seat was taken, to have like 19 or 20 people on them, or close to?
Yeah,
14, 16, 18
to 21 people on a bus.
So 12 still gives them a little elbow room.
Give them a little elbow room, right? And I think everybody would be happy about that.
And if they want to do that, is it just an automatic, or do they have to call and sign up for that?
We're still asking that you call the transportation office at extension 5328.
Good.
To make that appointment that you're interested. We're going to make 2 trips a day on Tuesdays. And I know before COVID, we were going out twice a week. Now we're going to go 2 trips on Tuesday to see how everybody's feeling and if they're comfortable. If we see that that's working well, down the road we can reevaluate and see if we want to open it up to 2 days a week.
Got it. All right. So that's the week of March 16th. What about the week of March 24th? Has anything new happened there?
Nothing new on that week. We're keeping the same schedule that we had as of the 16th. Again, I just remind you of the open house is going to happen that day, and we'll have buses running there as well for an open house.
All right, and that brings us to April 5th again. What's going to be new for transportation on April 5th?
As of April 5th, since things are going to be changing for the dining facility and throughout the property and allowing family members to be here, we are going to continue running our shuttle the way we have been. We are going to allow 6 people on a shuttle. So 6 independent members can ride the shuttle together.
Okay.
If we get 2 calls for, say, a member from the Oaks building and a member from the Palms, and we have 2 people from the Oaks and 3 people from the Palms building, and one of those happened to be a family member, we're going to we're only going to allow that group with the family to go on that shuttle. We'll get a second shuttle for the other person.
That makes sense. I totally get that. Medical appointments still be going? Medical
appointments will still be going. And one of the other things that we're going to open back, and it'll actually come through Member Life as well, that we had prior to COVID, was scheduling off-property events. There are any type of events that may happen off-property that need the assistance of transportation, a bus. we're going to open that back up at that time period.
Okay, and then the Tuesday shopping will be continuing there as well.
Yes.
As well. Now, one of the things that will happen, and the members don't know this yet, but I'll give them a sneak peek here, is that starting on April 5th, Member Life will still be shopping for members who want us to at Publix on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but we're going to be charging for those trips. So you may get a little bump in ridership of people who would prefer to do their own shopping, and that's their personal choice. Absolutely. We're happy to shop for them, but now that things are open back up, if we do, we're going to have to put a little charge in there. All right. Danny, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. You are one busy guy around here, and we appreciate you. I know you get sometimes a bad rap for all these fire alarms and testing that's going on, but let me tell you, we know that we appreciate when that stuff works right, because if it doesn't work right, we'd have a huge
I appreciate
problem.
that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. That's the Glenridge Minute Security and Transportation Info. Bye-bye.